Hi, my name is Jennifer Evans. I'm the ELA consultant at St. Clair County RESA, and we are starting a new project called Guided Reading by the Month, where we will have kindergarten through 5th grade teachers videotape a guided reading lesson as they progress through the school year, so that you will be able to see what the teachers do in the beginning of the year and how they set up the routines and procedures, all the way through what's taking place as students learn the work that they are applying in guided reading into their independent practice. So we hope you enjoy this episode of Guided Reading by the Month.
We are going to read a poem today called A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. She lived over 100 years ago and she wrote a lot of poems and didn't really tell anybody about it. But now her poems are pretty famous today and we study them in all kinds of schools. So this poem is about somebody watching a bird. We have convenient, which means easily available. So for example, going through a drive-through restaurant is convenient. You don't even have to get out of the car to get your food. In this poem, we have a bird. And one thing about animals is that they have to eat or drink what's convenient for them. They can't be choosy. Okay? Tell your partner something you know of that is convenient. Tell your partner. What's something you know of that's convenient?
Garage houses are convenient. I start by seeing something. Then if you don't like something that's there, shoot. Just sort of like McDonald's. Yeah, like if there's a long line. Like if there's a long line, you just get out and go to the inside of the inside. Yeah. I'd like to take this out.
Okay, flash list. Now when I looked at this word, I was like, we know less means without clash, but it actually means without a splash. Sometimes in the olden days they wrote things a little bit differently, so that's what that means. So for example, if you've ever been to the beach in the summer and you see the ladybugs land on the water, they land in a clashless way, they don't make a splash. In this poem, the author compares how the bird is flying to being clashless. How do you heard of something that's crashless?
No, not really bad.
What would not make a splash?
Frogs do.
Would it be a frog?
Something that doesn't move. Something that fish don't really make splash. Only if you jump out. Yeah, they jump out.
Okay, what about a feather?
A feather
A leaf? Okay, so one thing that good readers do, especially in poems when you're working with poems, poems are they're meant to make you think, right? Poems are meant to make you think. You're not supposed to just read right through it and that's it. They're meant to make you think and make you feel. And so one thing that good readers do to help them to better understand what the poem's trying to make them know or feel is they stop and they visualize or picture what they're seeing in each stanza. So I have another poem here called Dust of Snow by Robert Frost, and I have 2 stanzas. And I'm going to stop and I'm going to picture or visualize what's happening in the poem as I read each stanza. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So I'm picturing a crow in a tree. I would draw that picture. And this person, and I kind of picture their face to be maybe upset. I don't know if I would like the snow to fall on my head. And then when I paraphrase, I just say what I'm picturing, and that helps check my understanding. So a crow made snow fall on the narrator. And then I predict that, and you can't always predict, but right now I think I'm going to predict that maybe the narrator is going to be upset, because I don't know, I don't think I'd like the idea of cold snow on my head. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. You know what? Sometimes to picture something, you have to clarify some of the words you don't know. And I don't know what rude means. So if I go back and reread, has given my heart a change of mood. So the mood is changing. Rude is describing the day. So the day, I had rued the day, but now some part of the day is saved. So if I reread and look for context clues, well, if they've changed and part of the day is saved, then it must have been pretty bad before, right? So rude must mean maybe feeling down, feeling upset, a bad day. I had rued it, felt badly about it.
Some days when I don't get enough sleep, I wake up grumpy.
There you go. Or mournful about it, maybe sad. So if I picture this, now I picture the person's face differently. Now the person's face is maybe like laughing and looking up at that crow, that silly crow. And your pictures don't have to be perfect. And then to paraphrase, I would say that cheered up the narrator.
So the narrator's in the story?
Yes. So, was I right in my prediction? No, but that's okay. Remember, predictions don't always have to be correct. So what you're going to do is, as you read, how many stanzas do we see here in a bird came down the walk? 5. So that means you're going to stop and you're going to picture and paraphrase 5 times. You don't always have to clarify, only clarify if you don't know some of the words in the stanza, and then only predict if there's a reason to. Now I kind of gave you a little clue. I put a little star in a spot where I thought you might be able to predict. Okay? Go ahead. Use your strategies.
A bird came down the walk. He did not know I saw. He bit an angleworm in half and ate the fellow rock.
What do you picture? Are there any words you don't know here? What do you picture?
That a worm bit an angleworm in half.
A word that made a word?
That one of the like small animals ate angleworm.
What ate an angleworm? Let's read it
A
again.
bird.
A bird. Okay, so what could you draw here?
A bird. A bird like eating worm.
Try one of those.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Guided Reading by the Month. We'll see you next time.